YouTube, what's up? Scuba Steve, and I'm back. Today I want to touch on plants in a soft water aquarium. Okay, so stay with me, guys. I've got some good stuff for you. Okay, now if you have a soft water tank, and if you have discus in your tank, and you're doing your water changes like you're supposed to be doing, a lot of people have trouble keeping plants inside of their aquarium. And there's a trick to this, and there's a solution. So you guys know me, I'm always talking about water chemistry. Okay, now this one involves your general hardness. Okay, you have your permanent hardness, which is the stuff that you have to get rid of, such as nitrates, stuff that you can only get rid of by doing water changes. And then you have your temporary hardness, which is your carbonate hardness. Now, plants love carbonate hardness. They love to eat that stuff up, and they use it as a food base. So that's not the only thing that they use, but in soft water aquaria, that's what they use. So when you have plants inside of a soft water tank, and of course in my tank, my water is very acidic, and my water is very soft. So the trick that I use is to add a little bit more alkaline buffer. Now I counter that by using acid buffer. I'll go 1-to-1, but if I check the acidity level inside of my tank and the carbonate hardness inside of my tank, and I see that my water is acidic and my alkaline is real low, then what I'll do is I'll add another spoon of acidic buffer and another spoon of alkaline buffer, because I know that I do 2 water changes per week, and the plants, they will suck that temporary hardness right out of your water. It'll be gone. And of course you really don't want that, because what you don't want inside of soft acidic tanks is you don't want that carbonate hardness to drop too fast, because once the plants exhaust that, then what do you have? A pH swing, and pH swings are no good. So that's what I do, guys. I add a little bit extra alkaline buffer, and I offset that with my acid buffer. So I don't just go 1-to-1 to just make sure that my pH is steady and my carbonate hardness is steady. I will check and test, and if my carbonate hardness is really low, then I'll add another one. And you can see this sword right here. I've had this sword in here and actually trimmed it back a lot because I had an outbreak of blackbeard algae. I've got a couple of videos on that. If you guys haven't seen them, go check them out. And you can see the size of that sword and how much cutting back I had to do on it. And this one right here is actually this other Barani sword is actually coming along real well. It's got a whole bunch of new leaves. I mean, it's going to be a monster plant. This one is doing real well. My money wart up here, I actually had to trim that back because there was so much stuff that was just coming off, and it was just covering the water, and the roots were catching everything, and I had to trim that back. This water primrose, I had to trim that one back as well. My crypts, I've actually had to split those apart. So all the plants inside of my tank are doing really well, guys, and that's my secret for it. So in a discus tank, it can be done, and because all you guys that are discus keepers, all of you know that you have to change out your water all the time. I mean, discus like a real high quality water, and serious discus keepers, we're not going to gamble our discus health by skimping on water changes. These are expensive fish. We're going to take care of them, and so they come first before the plants do. I'm just here to tell you guys that I'm able to do it, and I know that you guys are able to do it too. So just thought I'd go ahead and share my tip with you of how I balance that out and how I get it done. Guys, as always, I appreciate you guys watching. I welcome your feedback. Thanks a lot. Scuba Steve from Oklahoma. I'm out.